Hey everybody, we are continuing with our Energy Reset Over 40 series. This is the first series of the year, and today we're going to be talking about movement that boosts energy without the gym. So, welcome to Weight Loss for Women Over 40. I am Nikki T. I am a mindset coach, a strength specialist, a former professional ballet dancer, and this is where high achieving women come to stop fighting their bodies and start understanding them. I have been doing this for a long time, and the more I do the work that I do, the more it is about what's going on in your mindset and not so much the how much water am I having? How much food am I eating? Or how many workouts am I completing? Right? If you have built success in your career and in your life, but you just feel frustrated about your weight, your energy, or your metabolism not responding the way you want it to, especially if you're over 40, right? It seems like over 40, everything up until 40, it was all good. And then after 40, totally different story. It is not about you lacking discipline. It's about you applying an outdated strategy. So here we do not chase diets. We don't micromanage food, and we don't shame our body into change. We rebuild your identity and we regulate your nervous system and we create sustainable weight loss that matches the level you operate everywhere else in your life. So if you're ready to stop forcing and start recalibrating, you are in the right place. Welcome to the podcast. So let's get into today's episode. So let me say something that's going to irritate you high performers with like that brain. I get it. I was in the ballet world for a long time. I started dancing when I was 4, and then I didn't stop until I was 30. And if you've been in the ballet world, it is high performing. It is being perfect as much as you possibly can. And there's highs and lows, and it's exhausting, right? So if you are exhausted and you're trying to double down at the gym, it's not the power move that you want. For most driven women over 40, it's actually a strategic error. And discipline is not a bad thing. I definitely have mixed feelings about discipline just because I was so disciplined, probably from, I don't know about age 4, because when I started ballet, I actually didn't like it. And by the end of the year, though, that first year, because my mom said, you have to finish it because we signed you up and you're not, you have to finish what you started. And by the end of the first year, I fell in love with ballet. Um, so from 5 on, discipline has been my life. And again, it's not that it's bad. I think it's the momentum behind it. What's the underlying process you got going on that is driving that discipline? And your body doesn't respond because it's not a machine. Doesn't respond to force, right? It's a system that responds to load management. And most high achievers are already operating at max load. So again, this is part of the Energy Reset After 40 series. This is the last episode of the series. If you want to go back to the beginning, it's in January. You can start listening to those in the beginning of the series. This one, again, is the movement that boosts energy without the gym. So you already know how to execute. You know how to follow a plan. You know how to hit that workout. You know how to push through fatigue and uncomfortableness, right? You know how to get it done. That is not your problem. Your problem is cumulative demand. You are carrying around leadership pressure, emotional responsibilities, probably in your job and at home. Your mental bandwidth is just overloaded. And there's this constant internal performance review. Hello, inner critic. Then you layer on top of that high intensity workouts because you think that's how you're going to get the body you want, and you wonder why you're more exhausted. Your nervous system doesn't care that you are stressing the body through a workout. Stress is stress to the body. It doesn't matter which one. And your body after 40 is far less forgiving of unmanaged stress, right? There's so much cortisol running through the world today, whether it's what's going on actually in the world and the news and all that stuff, or on a personal level, what's going on in your life? How's your career? How's your relationships with your partner or with your kids? What's going on? There's a lot of stress going on in this world that we're living in. Granted, a lot of it can be removed. I think a lot of it can be removed from managing your mind. That is a whole nother topic for another day. But here's where you high performancers get it wrong. Clearly, perfectionism is no longer my MO on this podcast. Um, but you treat movement and exercise like it's some KPI, right? How many calories did I burn? How many minutes did I log? What's the intensity achieved? How many steps did I log? And don't get me wrong, I get it. I so get it. I was there. Oh my gosh, I've talked about this before on the podcast. When I moved and I found all the binders, the thick binders of all my workouts, all my food logging, all the stuff that made me miserable. What our bodies need is nervous system regulation, movement that restores instead of takes away. So when you exercise, most of you are thinking, did I give it all in my session? Did I leave it all on the floor? Right? Did I push hard enough? Was it effective? But I want to challenge you to start focusing on regulating those movements that you're doing. Did this reduce your internal load? Did you feel clearer afterwards? Did you feel stress gone afterwards? Is your system calmer? Because high output requires high recovery. So if you're hitting the gym and you are busting your butt and leaving it all on the floor, you need to have the exact same high recovery as that high intensity workout that you just did. And most women are focused on the output and ignore the recovery. Then you call it a metabolism problem. So what if you're the woman who has been putting off your workouts? Like you were consistent for a while and then you're like, yeah, I just can't get in the groove or whatever's going on. And you think it's because you're just lazy, but you're not. Again, you're overloaded. Your body takes score. It keeps tally. It feels the pressure. It feels all the tracking. It feels the internal scorecard that you are keeping track of. It's feeling the I should be better than this narrative. So when you think I need to start working out again, your system interprets it as another performance arena and it quietly resists. That resistance is intelligent and it's protecting the rest of your energy. I so get this. It's like, for me, it's a switch. Like it literally is a switch on or off. And when I flick that personal trainer switch of mine, I immediately am thrown back into ballerina performance. It must be perfect. It must be exact. And it doesn't have to be that way because you're adding an extra layer of judgment and stress on top of it. So here are 3 qualities that I want you to look for in your gym workouts, your movement, whatever you are doing to move that body of yours, okay? Ask yourself, did it lower your total system load? So if it feels like you're in an arena to win, that's not restorative. And don't get me wrong in the sense of like, if you want to challenge yourself and do that, that's fine. But again, you can't operate on that level forever. You going after that carrot every single time. I've coached clients on this of like the ones that sign up for a race and then before that race is done, they sign up for another race or they're constantly going after that carrot because you think that you're not going to be motivated if you don't have something to strive for. The other quality I want you to look for, is it adaptive? So meaning when you do your workout, is it adjusted based on how you feel that day, not based on the calendar? Now, of course, we're going to distinguish between our primitive brain that doesn't want to do anything, right? And separate it from how does my body actually feel today? Maybe I need a yoga class. Maybe I just need to go to a park and walk. Or maybe I do need to hit the gym and maybe I need to hit some heavy weights, right? Adaptive, you adjust to how your body is physically feeling. And then thirdly, you stop before depletion. I think this is a big one. And again, I'm fine for like if you really want to push it on certain days, because there is like this dopamine hit of kind of accomplishment. But if you're doing that over and over and over again, and you're chronically running on that high cortisol on a regular basis in your job, in your career, in your household, in your relationships, it's too much. So, are you stopping before depletion? Yes, before you are depleted. So, high achievers chronically overshoot and then they wonder why they crash. And building energy means leaving a margin, leaving yourself some space. So, what this looks like in real life is not sexy and not extreme. It's walking without metrics, it's mobility work without a timer, it's doing strength training at 70% effort instead of 100%. It's micro movements throughout the day that you break up your tasks with or your work schedule or whatever you're doing. It's ending the session when you still feel strong. It, this isn't lowering your standards, it's managing your capacity. And capacity management is elite performance strategy. You don't go full tilt every single time. There's got to be a balance of that. As I am in this recording, I am playing with some detoxes and not the detoxes that you think. Um, More of a digital detox. I haven't had my iPhone, Apple Watch on for a while, and I will tell you how freeing it is. It does feel a little weird because my arm feels like it should have a little bit of a weight to it, but it feels good. It feels good to go and do movement and not have to like, oh, how many steps did I do? How many workouts did I complete? Whatever it is, like doing a detox. Maybe I'll do a podcast on my digital detox experience. I don't know. But it's getting into your body. It's getting into listening to what your body is telling you, right? A lot of women, especially driven women, use workouts to reassure themselves. They want to reassure that they're still disciplined, that they're still in control, and that they haven't slipped. So the gym becomes an identity maintenance. But if movement is tied to proving your worth, it will always feel heavy because you're not just moving your body, you're defending your identity. And that's exhausting. Movement is not where you prove you are capable. You've already proven that everywhere else. Movement becomes where you stabilize your system so you can keep winning. It's not punishment, it's protection. When you shift from maximizing your burn to optimizing your recovery, your energy will improve. Your hormones will start to stabilize, especially that good old cortisol one, and you will notice that you have reduced cravings. Your focus sharpens. And again, it's not because you pushed harder, it's because you stopped leaking energy through constant internal pressure. After 40, brute force will backfire every time. Your body responds to load management, to recovery cycles, and to nervous system safety and strategic rest. The woman who thrives in the seasons aren't the ones that grind harder. They're the ones that operate smarter. So if your energy feels a little inconsistent, it's not because you are lacking discipline or that you're lazy. It's because you're applying a 30-year-old strategy to a 40-plus-year-old body. This is just physiology. The goal isn't to stop working hard, it's to stop working against your own system. And when you manage load instead of forcing output, energy will return. Not because you hustled for it, but because you stopped overdrafting your reserves. This is how you play the long game. If you are a woman who leads and executes, carries out all the decisions, performs, but quietly feels behind in her body, private coaching is where we close that gap. We don't chase weight loss. We rebuild the identity and nervous system patterns that are keeping your body in defensive mode. It's intimate, it's strategic, and it's high touch, and it is reserved for women who are ready to operate differently. If that's you, apply through the link in the show notes, and please only apply if you're serious about change. Again, my process is not about what is the meal plan, what is the 1,200 calorie food that I need to eat, what is the workout. It goes way deeper than that. It's not just the mindset shift, it's the identity shift that you need to not just have the body that you want, but to have it last. So I hope you enjoyed this series, and I hope you will join me next week for the next series. Have a beautiful day, and I will talk to you soon.